day off from the W-2, and as usual on Thursday, loaded day. Looking at getting a mortgage pre-approval done for a client this morning, so that's exciting. Wrapping up some live-ish marketing jobs, which is also exciting. Waiting on the PPM for the equity raise for Upside Equity LLC, which I'll be looking to raise $500,000 under a Regulation D equity raise. So I'm excited about that. Get to learn that. Super excited for that because that is my passion. That's where I want to go. And then heading down to the new dealership today to get some things ironed up. It is all cleared out for the most part. I was in there yesterday. Took my stepbrother in there. I showed him around. He is also a wholesaler out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and so that was good to see him and good to just kind of review our business model and our strategy moving forward. So lots of irons in the fire. We are moving and we are grooving, feeling right at home with all of these different things, very clear on the direction we're going with all of them, and very excited to get everything popping. So that's a short little recap about what we got going on. It's just a few things. One of the value adds that I wanted to give today and bring to your attention is an experience I had this morning. My twin brother, was with me this morning while I was getting my son ready, and I noticed that my son was wanting to impress my brother, and so he's 2.5, so he decides when he wants to do things, and not every morning is smooth. He's a really great kid, but doesn't always want to get ready and doesn't want to listen, and wants to lay around sometimes and play and do his own thing, which is fine. But today I realized that he was wanting to show off his skills. And so it brought me to, one, capitalize on that moment and utilize the attention my brother had of him and get him to show all the things we do in the morning, from brushing his teeth, putting his clothes on, getting his shoes, getting around, getting his jacket, all the little things, getting his own snack, all those little things that we have been teaching and working with him, but are not always so smooth. Today, super smooth. He was on impress mode, and it brought me to the understanding that is important to share here, is that a lot of people know how to do things really well, but they don't often do them very well. And I think the biggest part of that is the drive, the why behind why they do what they do. So this is where consistency and principles and practice come into play so heavily, because when you do the things you don't really want to do, but you do them consistently every single day, and you push through the things that are hard, and you just continue to do them because you know that you, one, are better for it, that it's advantageous for you to learn and grow and persevere. All of those things are being taught. But at the same time, you're building up the mechanics so that when you do have to utilize those skills, deploy those skills, go into action, you are conditioned to do so. And today, I got to see the results of my wife and I's consistency. And my wife's consistency more than mine. My wife is a teacher, and she's very disciplined. It's one of the reasons I married her. And she's done a great job with that, and I piggyback off that and support that. And it showed today, because once he wanted to show Uncle Jeremy everything that he could do, he ran through it like he does it like that every day. And I think that's great. And I think, again, the value here is that if you aren't passionate for the thing that you're doing, it doesn't matter how talented you are, you're not going to perform at your highest level. So it's important for us to be mindful of when we see someone or even ourselves performing at a low level, to evaluate whether they have the aptitude, they have the skills, and most importantly, do they want to do the thing? Do they want to take the action? Do they see the value in the action? And so A lot of times in my training, we just talk about the value behind understanding why we do a thing and the importance of doing that thing at a high level and the results that are produced when that is done properly, whatever action or task that is, when it's done properly every single time, and why maintaining that consistency in the way that we deliver a thing, whether that's a product or a service or communication. It is important that we do it at a very high level every single time, because even if we don't have the energy for it or we're not in the mood for it, if we continue to do that, we are conditioning ourselves that even at our worst or most inconvenient or most frustrated, we can operate at a high level. And so when it is really needed, and I'll stress that, when it's really needed, when it is extremely important, when it is imperative that we deliver at a high level, it shows in our actions, because we've done the practice, we've done the training, we've gone through the fundamentals, even if it's not at an optimal level or with an optimal or exuberant or focused mindset. We've at least continued to do it consistently, and when the time comes to show up, we show up shining and concise and effective and efficient and results oriented. And it that short glimpse of my son doing that today just reminded me how powerful it is to make sure that you are doing the training even when you're tired, to make sure that you're having the conversations even when you don't want to make sure that you are practicing every single day on your craft, mastering the fundamentals, and then doing the best you can to supersede fundamentals on a daily basis, whether you have it all in you or not, whether you feel like doing it, because when the time comes that it is absolutely necessary, you will shine. Hopefully that had some value today. Loved that experience this morning. Obviously love watching my son grow up, but he teaches me more lessons every single day than I